Alrighty, now that I've done my video games, we're going to go through my movies. This is a bit bigger of an undertaking. I have over 1,100 movies, mostly Blu-rays, but I do have 4K Blu-rays. I have DVDs, which we're going to do first here. This is 25 years of a collection, really. I used to start off, I'm only going to get movies I like. Then the completionist in me, and I'm sorry ahead of time, I'm sick, so I'm sure I sound awful, but the completionist in me wanted to complete certain sets of movies, and I can even go back as far as when Blu-ray first came out. I was like, I'm not going to upgrade all my DVDs to Blu-ray, and then slowly but surely I've done that. I still have a few DVD titles, but I still, to this day, will upgrade to Blu-rays. And now I've been upgrading to 4Ks and Steelbooks, and sometimes I'll get movies I haven't seen. That was another thing I used to say. I was like, I'm never going to get movies I've never seen before, but I've done that a bunch of times. Some I've gotten gifts, some have been given to me that I've never seen. So this is going to be a big a big video, and obviously I'm not going to talk about every movie in depth, because then this would be my whole life. But I'm going to try and go through my DVDs first, which I have on these two racks here. Then I have some like display pieces around, like some steel books. I've got like the Marvel separated out, Pixar films, Star Wars films. And then I will go through my main set of Blu-rays, which are alphabetical. My DVDs are alphabetical too, for the most part. So yeah, let's do this. Let's start with the DVDs. These will be some of my oldest movies, because I don't usually get DVDs anymore unless I see a really old movie that I don't really care about the quality, and I don't mind having it. But let's get to it. I've got 9. I did not like this movie. I think that was a giveaway given to me. 13th Warrior. I remember liking this movie. Antonio Banderas. 28 Days Later. I love the 28 movies. And then I've got 28 Weeks Later. Good zombie flicks. 50-50. It's a good dramatic, kind of sad, funny movie. 50 First Dates. I'm a sucker for Adam Sandler, as you'll see. I have a lot of his movies. AI. I kind of like this movie. That would be one that I probably wouldn't mind upgrading to Blu-ray at least. Accepted. Good movie. A lot of these DVDs, you'll notice, will be like teen or college, young adult kind of comedies, because, that's what I was into 20-something years ago. Aeon Flux. It was like an MTV-produced movie. I can't remember if it's based on an anime or what, but it was a weird movie. American Gangster. I like this movie. Amityville Horror. I'm not a big horror guy. Ryan Reynolds is in this one. I don't really remember that at all. Ants. I love this movie. One of early DreamWorks animated movies. Assault on Precinct 13. I don't really remember that one either. About some dirty cops, I'm sure. Appleseed. Just Appleseed. I do like anime occasionally, especially in my younger days. Basic. I don't think I've seen that one. Big Daddy, another Adam Sandler classic. Black Knight, Martin Lawrence movie here. I've got the Blade trilogy. You could tell this. You ever get a DVD like this? These are like 90s DVDs right here. I like the Blade trilogy. I even don't mind Blade Trinity here with Ryan Reynolds. Not awful. This was a gift. It's still sealed. Blazing Saddles. I have not seen this yet. I need to watch that one. Everybody tells me it's really good. I have The Bourne Identity, The Bourne Supremacy, and The Bourne Ultimatum. I like all 3 of these movies. I think I don't have the newest Bourne movie, which I heard wasn't very good, and I don't have the one with Hawkeye in it either. This is something that probably needs to be upgraded to Blu-ray. Shaky cam at its finest. The Breakup. It's a pretty good movie. Oh, I love this movie. It's an oldie but a goodie. Brotherhood of the Wolf. It's got some good kung fu type fight choreography. Bruce Almighty, the OG, the original. Jim Carrey, I also love. Butterfly Effect, I really like that movie. The Cable Guy, another Jim Carrey classic. Creepy. Cabin Fever. See, I'm not a big horror guy, but I remember this movie. In the tub. Ugh. Yeah, not my kind of movie, but, oldie. Casinos is another movie that was given to me. I've never seen Casino. Cellular. Who knows? Another Chris Evans movie. I've got both of the early Charlie's Angels. Super Bit. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure it's very important. Full Throttle. Child's Play, the original. It's okay. Children of Men, a classic. Needs to be upgraded. Pitch Black, I like these movies. I like Pitch Black. I loved Chronicles of Riddick. And I remember liking Dark Fury too. I haven't watched the newer one. But that's like Vin Diesel's like sci-fi trilogy of movies. I think there's a couple, maybe a couple new ones. Got Cold Creek Manor. I remember going and seeing this with my grandma in theaters a long time ago. Con Air. Great movie. One of my favorites. Nick Cage classic. Oh, this is one of my favorite top 5 movies. Probably The Count of Monte Cristo. The remake. I don't particularly like the original. I don't like movies that are older than 1980 usually. The Core. Another, I think, funny, into the world kind of movie. I like post-apocalyptic disaster kind of movies. Crank. I love this one. The sequel I did not like. That's why I don't have it. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Oh, that's one of the first DVDs probably in the collection, because I think this is my dad's DVDs when DVD players were first coming out. That we used to watch that. Darkness Falls. I have no idea what that's about. Date Night. Dawn of the Dead. A great Zack Snyder movie. Day After Tomorrow. I love this movie. I don't care what anybody says. Definitely Maybe. Another great Ryan Reynolds movie. Deep Blue Sea. I think it's good. There's a scene in there. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Doomsday. I like this movie. I don't remember much about it. Double Jeopardy. With Tommy Lee Jones and Ashley Judd. We got Draft Day. Kevin Costner. Dukes of Hazzard. Dungeons and Dragons. I was going to watch this before the new one came out, and I forgot. I don't remember hating this movie, but I'm sure it's awful. Enemy of the State. I also love this movie. Will Smith. I'm a big Will Smith fan. Euro Trip. This is one of my childhood classics. Scotty Doesn't Know. I don't know if that's in that one, but always reminds me of that. Evolution. It's a good movie. I love this Nick Cage movie. It's a good Christmas movie. Family Man. Final Cut. Good, creepy Robin Williams movie. I have the first 3 Final Destinations. Final Destination 1 in the classic case. Final Destination 2. And Final Destination 3. Moving on to the second row here. We've got some of these DVDs are a little tight in here. We got First Night. It's a good Sean Connery, King Arthur movie. Flight of the Phoenix. I always really liked this movie. Dennis Quaid. Got Fool's Gold. I remember liking this movie a lot too, even though it's super cheesy. I liked the cheesy Matthew McConaughey movies of the past. Gangs of New York. A good movie. That'd be a good one to get on like 4K. It's got some good scenes in it. Garden State, one of my all-time favorites. I love this movie. Zach Braff crushes it. I love Natalie Portman. It's a good movie. Ghost Ship with a cool like 3D. Let's see if I can catch it in the video. It's just crazy, the stuff they used to make. I have no idea what that movie was. I think I mixed them up. It's okay. The Girl Next Door. This movie. It's a good movie, but, you know, a young me. If you know that movie, you'll know why it's so good. Glory Road. It's a good movie. Godzin. I don't know what that is. I think it's some kind of horror movie. The OG Godzilla. Go, go, Godzilla. Yeah. I remember not hating that movie. Gothica. And this set of movies is just really, really tight. Gremlins. The original Gremlins. It's a good one. The Grudge. The original creepy horror movie. Got The Help. Making them pies. Oh, I left a sticker on this one. I don't usually do that for anything. Hollow Man. Kevin Bacon, Hollow Man. Howl's Moving Castle. Not my favorite Miyazaki film. We'll run into my favorites eventually. Independence Day. I love this movie. Another Will Smith classic. We got The Inside Man with Denzel. I like Denzel, of course. Got pretty much all his movies. Into the Blue. Another Paul Walker, Jessica Alba movie. I don't really remember that, but I liked some of the early Paul Walker movies. I've got Ip Man. Great movie. And then Ip Man 2, also pretty good. Old Donnie Yen. Iron Monkey, another good kung fu movie. The Island. I'm a Michael Bay simp, as people would call me, a fanboy. I love this movie. I don't care what anybody says. I love The Island. Jarhead. It's a pretty good movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. Somebody gave me this. I've never seen some of these movies. Uncle Buck and all these movies. I think a coworker gave me that one. Joyride. I think is that the one with the candy cane? Just Friends. Yeah, this is the movie where he was like dating her. I can't remember. I feel like there's something to do with the weight in this movie. She was hot now and are older. What is this? Oh, K-Pax. Yeah, I don't really remember this one. I don't know. I must have liked it at some point in time. Peter Jackson's King Kong. Not the best, but okay. Goodness. Kiss the Dragon. Jet Li. I'm going to have to fix something about these coming in and out here. Knocked Up. Great Judd Apatow classic. Lakeview Terrace. I think this is like about a racist cop. And Sam Jackson's the racist. Twist. Land of the Dead. I've been wanting to rewatch this one because I do like this one. I like zombie movies and zombie stuff. And then I'm not going to attempt to pull that out of there, but it's The Last Kiss with Zach Braff again, I think. Which is, I don't know what that one is. I don't think I've seen that one. All right, let's see if these are... Oh, yeah, these are much better. We got Jet Li's Red Dragon. We've got Liar Liar, another Jim Carrey classic. Life or Something Like It. I'm not sure. I can't remember if that's about kind of like a... I don't remember. Angelina Jolie's in it, though. The original Lilo and Stitch. Good classic that they're live action in. Another good Disney classic, The Lion King. One of my favorites. The Longest Yard. Adam Sandler. It's a good one. I love this original Lost in Space, although I did rewatch it probably within the last 5 years or so, and the graphics are pretty rough in that. Antonio Banderas' The Mask of Zorro, and then The Legend of Zorro. I did like these movies as well back in the day. Another Denzel classic, Man on Fire. This is one of my favorite Nick Cage movies. Matchstick Man. It's a great movie. Meet the Robinsons. Good. This is when Disney was first going into CG animation. We got all 3 Men in Blacks, the OGs, on DVD here. Now all of a sudden it's getting tight again. Men in Black 3. We got Minority Report. Great movie. We got Monster House. Don't think I've ever seen it. One of the greatest movies ever made. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Mr. Deeds. Not my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Some people love it. Mothman Prophecies. It's a good movie. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, a movie that broke up Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. I remember liking this movie. I don't remember who directs it or anything, but I haven't watched it in so long. Miss Doubtfire, another Robin Williams classic. Mr. Brooks. I think it's like a horror movie with Kevin Costner. I have the Mummy Collection, which is the first 3 movies. I always like this little box set because it's kind of cool. Looks like a mummy tomb type situation, but you've got all 3 movies in there. I don't know if I'm going to attempt to take them out because it's probably going to be a fail one-handed. Got the Mummy, the Mummy Returns, and the Scorpion King. And then I have the 4th Mummy movie, or maybe this was the 3rd Mummy movie and the Scorpion King wasn't a Mummy movie. I can't remember, but this one is the one that happened later and had Jet Li in it, which I remember liking that one too. The new Mummy I do not have. I did not like that one with Tom Cruise, or at least I don't think I have it. The Musketeer, this is a fun little movie with some cool fight choreography. It's a weird take on the 3 Musketeers. It seems like we've gotten that story 1,000 times. My Boss's Daughter, this is a funny early 2000s movie. My Super Ex-Girlfriend with Uma Thurman. I was in a big Uma Thurman kick back in the day. Dorm Days. This is a Van Wilder or National Lampoon movie. I don't really remember it. But then I've also got Van Wilder, which is a classic. Everybody knows about this movie. It's a good movie. The Negotiator. This is a good old Sam Jackson, Kevin Spacey movie. There's another sticker on there. Paid $8.99 for this sucker at who knows where that is. I don't know. Oh my goodness, with these DVD cases. I've got The Notebook. Never seen this one. This is one I've never seen. Somebody bought it for me just to get me to watch it, and I still have not watched it. I'm not against a good rom-com. I've seen some of the newer Nicholas Sparks movies, and, you know, I don't hate them or anything, but I don't know. Just have never sat down and actually tried to watch it. And then I've got Observe and Report. Seth Rogen. I think he's like a mall cop in this movie. Who knows why I have some of the movies that I have. All right, that's it for this row. All right, now I'm down here in the floor on the 3rd row here. We got Old School. It's a Will Ferrell classic. I feel like I've said that 10 times already. Jet Li, The One. That's a good Jet Li movie. Oh, this is one of Robin Williams' best movies. It's creepy, though. Open Season. The Others used to be one of my favorite, like, ghost kind of movies. I haven't seen it in a really long time. Over the Hedge, one of the early DreamWorks movies. Paycheck. Pearl Harbor, pretty cheesy. Perfect Storm. I like that movie. That would be a good one to get on 4K. Phone Booth. I'm forgetting I have a lot of these movies. Oh, yeah, the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes from the early 2000s. I like that one. Ponyo, another one of not my favorite Studio Ghibli films. I love The Postman. This is such a good movie. I just love that movie. Princess Mononoke. This is my favorite Miyazaki movie right here. Pulp Fiction. My probably second favorite Tarantino movie. Pursuit of Happiness. Push. I don't think I've seen this movie. Rain Man. Rain of Fire. I talked about how I had the game because I like this movie so much. It's a good movie. Robots. You could tell what kind of movies I like just by one of the ones I point out. Like The Rundown. I love The Rundown. Rush Hour. I like the Rush Hours. I got Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2, Rush Hour 3. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? We need some more Rush Hour. There was always rumors we were going to get more, and never really happened. RV. It's a funny movie. SWAT. Colin Farrell. Oh, I love Sahara. Matthew McConaughey. Steven Zahn is in this movie. I love him. He's an underrated actor. It's not in a whole lot. The original Saw. That is a cool case. The only Saw that I ever watched. It's good. It's not my kind of thing. I don't like torture porny kind of movies, but it's got enough twists and stuff to... School of Rock, a classic. Probably still to this date, Jack Black's best movie, I would think. It's a great movie. Shallow Hal. It's funny that this is right next to School of Rock. Another Jack Black movie. Not the best one. It's okay. I love Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights. Not sure why we ever got none of these either. They were always funny. All right. We've got Secret Window. So like Johnny Depp. Horror movie, if I remember correctly. Shark Tale. The early DreamWorks. Shooter. There's a classic 80s movie. Short Circuit. Ooh, M. Night in his prime. Signs. That movie was so good. More M. Night in his prime. Sixth Sense. Slither. Slither's so good. Spirited Away. Another one of my... This is good Miyazaki to me. I like Spirited Away. Starship Troopers, a classic. A 90s classic. Stealth. I remember enjoying this movie. This is one of the ones I need to rewatch. It's probably awful. Stephen King's Rose Red. I'm a big Stephen King fan. You know, I'm not a big reader, but I did read a lot of Stephen King books back in my childhood. And I remember that's a good, like, mini-series. Sum of All Fears. I don't think I've ever seen that. Swordfish. If I've seen this, I don't remember it. I don't remember it. I don't really remember Taxi either, with old Jimmy Fallon there. I got the original Terminator, with another one of them 3D covers. And I've got Terminator 2, the best Terminator that they'll ever make. Terminator 3, which I actually kind of like. And I have the other Terminators on Blu-ray, I think. Most of them. I don't think I have the newest one. Timeline, another early Paul Walker movie that I really enjoyed. Time Machine, I love this movie. It's goofy, but I like it. Titan AE. This is an early Fox animation when all the animated movies were flopping right before we switched over to CG. Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, and then Legend of Tomb Raider, or Cradle of Life, sorry. I don't know what I'm getting my titles from. The two original Angelina Jolie Tomb Raiders. Tommy Boy, classic. Traffic, I feel like I watched this once. I don't know. I don't remember it. I love the Transporter movies. I like Jason Statham a lot. He is one of my favorite action stars. So I got all three transported. I love Twister. Saw this originally in the drive-in in the 90s. I love Unbreakable. This is probably my favorite M. Night movie. And then I have Underworld Evolved, or Evolution, and Underworld Rise of the Lycan, and Underworld Awakening. And I couldn't tell you, I did originally like the Underworld movies, but I don't know what half of those are even about. I probably haven't watched them in 20 years, so... but that is it for this row. Bottom row here, we're about done with the DVDs. We've got Unleashed, another Jet Li movie. They all start to blur together for me. Valentine's Day. I think T-Swift's in this movie. Oh, yep, there she is. Looking a little creepy on that cover. Waiting, classic Ryan Reynolds movie. Walk the Line, I like that movie. Walking Tall, one of the better early rock movies. War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. I enjoyed that one. Warrior. It's a great Tom Hardy, Joel Edgerton movie. Waterboy. Another Adam Sandler classic. We Were Soldiers is the Mel Gibson World War II movie. I think it's World War II. I might be wrong. Don't ever take anything I say in these videos as fact. What Happens in Vegas. Don't remember that at all. What Lies Beneath. Another horror movie. This is where you're going to find most of my horror movies because as I've gotten older, I've gotten even less into horror. But White Noise. I think that's a cheesy horror movie. White Chicks. I don't like that movie. I don't know why I have it. Wild Wild West. The movie that Will Smith famously took over The Matrix. I like Wild Wild West. Wind Talkers is a Nick Cage World War II movie. Good stuff. I like that one. Without a Paddle. I think I have another XXX movie. I need to get all of them upgraded to Blu-ray, even though they're cheesy. I don't like how I have one on DVD, and then I think I have one more on Blu-ray. You, Me, and Dupree? Who knows? Who knows? Youth in Revolt, which Michael Sears in touch with his inner badass. Okay. And then Zack and Miri. I'm pretty sure this is called Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Did they take that off the title? It's their last job they can't afford to blow. I'm pretty sure this movie's called Zack and Miri Make a Porno, but maybe I got the kid version of it. Oh, Weinstein got me. And then I've got some sets of stuff like a Star Trek Next Generation DVD set was given to me. I do love the Next Generation. Never seen Voyager. That was another one that was given to me. The whole thing on DVD. One day I will watch it probably. I have all Battlestar Galactica here. I used to have way more TV sets and I kind of got rid of them. Except for stuff that I would like. I've gone back and watched Battlestar Galactica, so it's worth keeping. Just like anime, I used to have way more anime, and now I don't. Like Blue Gender, I don't even remember that. Cowboy Bebop's a classic. Outlaw Star, I have on DVD and Blu-ray. And then Final Fantasy Unlimited. I don't know why I still have those of all things, because I used to have like Dragon Ball Z and all these other things, and I over time have gotten rid of them. So I am constantly moving stuff around. Like right here, I have kind of different display pieces I put up. I have 3 steelbooks right here right now. Braveheart, one of the best movies ever made. I love it. Salt. I think this is originally supposed to be a Tom Cruise movie, and Angelina Jolie took over. I do remember really liking it. And then one of my favorite movies of all time, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Then over here, I guess we'll go to my different sets. This is kind of my Marvel area. I have up to, I don't have like the last 4 MCU films, because I'm not, one, they haven't been that great, and I'm not paying $30, $40 for subpar MCU films. I will get them eventually though. I have them here in alphabetical order. I've got the OG Ant-Man, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Avengers, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame, Black Panther, Black Widow, Captain America First Avenger, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange Multiverse of the Madness, Eternals, Guardians 1, Guardians 2, Incredible Hulk, I like that one, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Thor Dark World, Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home. So I don't have Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I don't have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumanium. I don't have the Marvels. I feel like there's one more I'm missing in there. But I will get those eventually when they get a little cheaper. Next up, we're going to do, I have every Pixar film except for this year's Elemental. So, in alphabetical order here. Brave, I love Brave. I think it's super underrated. A Bug's Life, the 3 Cars movies, Coco, Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, The Good Dinosaur. That's probably one of the worst ones. Cars 2 and Good Dinosaur. Not good Pixar movies. Incredibles 2, Inside Out, I think super overrated. Lightyear, Luca, Monsters University, Monsters Inc. Onward, I think super underrated. Ratatouille, Soul's really good. All the Toy Stories are great. 3's my favorite. Turning Red is really good. Up's good. Up and Wall-E are like masterpieces. Let's be real. So yeah, I've got all the Pixar movies. It's crazy. If you look at all those movies, most of those are really good. Like there's a couple mess in there, but Pixar makes really good. Even I really liked Elemental this year. So now into Star Wars, which I used to have, could say, oh, I love all these Star Wars movies, but now the new trilogy has really tainted it for me. I used to have the Star Wars movies on VHS, then I updated to DVD. I have them on Blu-ray. I need to get them on 4K, if that's even a thing. But some point in time I will. Until now, I have the original Clone Wars, Volume 1 and 2. That was the Cartoon Network Samurai Jack team-up on 2 DVDs there. I have the Family Guy trilogy, which are funny. I have the original Complete Saga, so that's episodes 1 through 6 Blu-ray. I remember buying that. It's a great set. I've watched it multiple times. Solo, I enjoy Solo. Rogue One, I think, is great. Force Awakens, I still contend, is one of the best Star Wars movies. And then you get Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, which Rise of Skywalker is one of the worst pieces of garbage ever made. So that is my Star Wars. I am planning on getting like The Mandalorian because they're actually going to do those in physical media. But I don't have them yet. Some other display pieces I have all 10 seasons of Friends. I still consider that the greatest sitcom ever made, and I like the original DVD box set. I have no interest in upgrading that to Blu-ray. I don't ever watch those on disc anyways, but I've watched Friends multiple times. I have my Avatar and Korra. I dropped Korra and busted that case all to heck. But love Avatar and Korra. I mean, obviously Avatar's better, but both of them on Blu-ray, so I have them up there. Up here I have some more TV. I love Band of Brothers in the Pacific. Firefly is one of the best TV shows ever made. I've got all of Black Sails behind it, which I really liked. For some reason, I have Logan and Wolverine up here. And then I have the 2 Deadpools, which I love. The 2 Deadpools. Logan's one of my favorite movies of all time. And, you know, the Wolverine's a movie. Then I'll go down here to the movies I have on top before I go through the rest of my Blu-rays. I've got a Steelbook of Gladiator, another one of the best movies ever made. I love Die Hard. I think this collection is the 4 movies. I don't think it's got the last movie, which I hated, so that's fine. I actually like Die Hard 4. The live-action Aladdin. I don't think I have the animated Aladdin. And I know people will crucify me, but I actually like this better than the animated Aladdin. It's still my favorite live-action Disney movie they've done. And I hope that they do Hercules the same way they did this movie. Gone in 60 Seconds. This is up here because I have this car from an old Loot Crate. A Nick Cage cheesy movie, but it's good. Oh, sorry for the glare there. Superbad's one of my favorite comedies ever, with the McLovin pop. I have the Lord of the Rings box set. This is the extended editions, and I don't think the Hobbit movies are the extended editions, so that may be something I need to upgrade. But I have all 3 Hobbit movies. Enjoyed all of those. And there's Gollum to go with that. I love Moana. It's one of my favorite newer Disney animated movies. So I got the flocked pop right there. I have the OG RoboCop collection with RoboCop 1, 2, and 3, which I love those movies. And then the new RoboCop, which I also really liked, that no one watched. I have both those there with my RoboCop pop. I like RoboCop. I love Bad Boys. They're some of my favorite movies. So that's the whole collection of the first 3 movies, which I can't believe how good Bad Boys Forever was. And we're getting another one, so I'm excited about that with my 2 Bad Boys pops. All right, now we're going to get into my main section of Blu-rays. These are all alphabetical, and I've got 4Ks and steelbooks and stuff mixed in here. Starting off with 007. I've got Casino Royale. I've got all the new ones. Quantum of Solace. Everybody hates that one for some reason. Skyfall. Spectre and No Time to Die. I definitely really liked No Time to Die and Skyfall. Probably my favorites. Got 10,000 BC. It's a awful movie. Roland Emmerich movie. I'm not sure why I have that one. 1917. It's a great movie. You'll find that most of my Blu-rays are more recent compared to my DVDs. 2012, another awful Roland Emmerich movie, starting off early. Two Guns, I remember liking that movie. I haven't seen it in a really long time. I'm going to end up messing up my display movies here, pulling these in and out. 21. Oh, Kevin Spacey. I remember that one. 21 Jump Street, a good movie. And then I've got the sequel, 22 Jump Street. It's just going to keep falling over, so I'll let it go there. We've got, maybe instead of pulling them out, I'll just do, especially these top row. 300. I've got 300 Rise of an Empire. I think somebody should do a cut of these 2 movies together because they're a good combo. I really like those movies. 310 to Yuma, Great Western. We've got 51st Dates, another great Adam Sandler movie. I love 500 Days of Summer. It's one of my favorite rom-coms. It's not really a rom-com. 8 Mile. It's a great Eminem movie, of all things. I love that movie. Abominable. This is a good, I forget who the animation studio is that did this one. Is it DreamWorks? Yeah, DreamWorks. It's a good one. About Time. It's a good time travel-y kind of movie. Raw romance, time travel. The Accountant. It's a great Ben Affleck film. Across the Universe. This is a Beatles musical romance movie. It's not awful. Adrift. Shailene Woodley is adrift at sea. It's a pretty good movie. I'm taking everything off the top here because I kept knocking everything over. I think I left off at After Earth. This is the M. Night movie with Will Smith and his son. I didn't think it was awful. Air Force One. I got the 4K. Harrison Ford classic. I have The Amazing Spider-Man in 3D and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in 3D. I was on the 3D kick for a long time. Dropped off of it like the rest of the world. Appleseed Ex Machina. It's a good anime movie. The Art of Racing in the Rain. A movie not a lot of people have seen. Great movie. Stars Born. Classic. I got the Aquaman Steelbook. This is a recent pickup. A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place Part 2. Great movies. Armageddon, a classic. Bruce Willis classic. Alita Battle Angel. I really like this movie. I hope we do get a sequel to it, because it was visually stunning. American Hustle. It's pretty good. American Sniper. Also pretty good. Never seen Anchorman 1 or 2, but I saw this steelbook the other day and I grabbed it because I hear so many great things. Angry Birds in 4K. This was a cheap pickup because I don't remember loving Angry Birds, but Anna, this was a really good Luc Besson movie from a few years back that no one saw. Arachnophobia, classic 90s movie. Arrival, kind of overrated, but pretty good. Apollo 13 in steelbook, great movie. Disney Atlantis, I've seen the first one. I've never seen Milo's Return. It's probably not that great, but I like the original. All 3 Austin Powers movies on one set there. Love Austin Powers. I have 2 cut versions of Avatar. I have the extended Blu-ray, which is this one, has a little extra scenes. And then I have the 3D Blu-ray. And then I don't have the new, even though Avatar is my favorite movie, I don't have the new one yet because I'm thinking about getting both of them in 4K. Baby Driver, I love that movie. The Bad Guys, it's a great 4K to have. It's a great animation style in that movie. I have Bad Moms and A Bad Moms Christmas, both really good movies. Funny. Bad Santa, not my favorite, but and we've got Bad Teacher. I got all the bad versions. It's a funny Cameron Diaz comedy. Bad Times at El Royale, it's a good one. Bad Words, I love Jason Bateman. It's an underrated Jason Bateman movie. We've got The Bank Job with Jason Statham. Talked about earlier how much I like Jason Statham. I have the new Batman in 4K. I haven't watched this 4K yet, but I did love that movie, so I'm looking forward to rewatching that eventually. Then I have Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. I notoriously hate that movie. Battle Los Angeles. I think that movie's pretty bad too. Battleship, that's a guilty pleasure kind of movie. I do enjoy. Rihanna's in that movie. Behind Enemy Lines, that's a good movie. Beauty and the Beast, one of the okay live action ones. Wasn't my favorite. Beowulf, this is good. Early 2000s Angelina Jolie. Big Hero 6, I love Big Hero 6. One of my favorite Disney animated movies. I just upgraded this to 4K recently. The Big Sick, I love this movie. Has one of the funniest scenes ever in the drive-thru. Birds of Prey, love this movie. Surprised a lot of people hated this. I thought this was great. I love Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. She's like perfect in the role. Black Hawk Down, it's a great war movie. Black Phone, this was a great movie. Thought it was going to be like a scary movie. It was not really scary. Blades of Glory, I like this Will Ferrell movie. One of his goofier ones. I've got The Blind Side. A lot of drama with that movie going on right now. For those people that movie was based on. Blow, this is a good Johnny Depp movie. He's like a cocaine dealer or something. I haven't seen it in a long time. Body of Lies is a movie I have and I've never seen that movie. Book of Eli. It's a good post-apocalyptic movie. I'm gonna rewatch that one. Boondock Saints. I had a cool Boondock Saints DVD steelbook. And for some reason, I got rid of it when I upgraded to the Blu-ray. I should have kept it. I've never seen Boondock Saints 2. Love the first one, though. Bounty Hunter. Bridesmaids. Pretty good Paul Feig movie. Brothers Grimm. Heath Ledger movie. Bullet Train on 4K. I loved this movie. Last year, I think it was. Bumblebee. My favorite Transformers movie. So good. Cabin in the Woods. good movie. Carrie remake, it was okay. I didn't hate it. Castaway, it's a classic. I mean, come on. Central Intelligence. It's a funny movie. I need to rewatch that one. Change Up, another funny movie, kind of body switching movie. Chocolate, this is a cool, really like brutal fight scene choreography kind of movie. I remember like the dubbing and stuff is real bad, but the fight scenes are amazing. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I've still not seen that. Christopher Robin, great movie. Another Disney live action that was pretty good. Not my favorite, but pretty good. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I love that one. I don't know why I don't have the sequel. I didn't like the sequel. That's probably why I have not gone out to skin it. I love 10 Cloverfield Lane. And I am one of the people out there, the few, that really liked Cloverfield Paradox. So I picked that up the other day because I enjoyed it. Cop Out. I don't think I've ever seen that. I know I've never seen Cop Shop. I heard it was good, though, and picked it up one day. The original Conjuring, great movie. I'm not a big horror guy, but these Conjuring movies are great. Got the Conjuring 2. I need the third one, I guess. This is the Cornetto trilogy. I have watched Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. No, I've watched all three. I love Hot Fuzz. It's my favorite. The other two are fine. Crawl, great movie. It's like a hurricane and there's alligators and thieves and it's pretty funny. Crazy Rich Asians, I really liked this movie. I don't like that I left that stupid sticker on there, but I did really like Crazy Rich Asians. Crazy Stupid Love is a great movie. And I have all three Creeds. These are recent pickups. I need to get Creed 1 on 4K because I have Creed 2 in 4K and Creed 3 in 4K. I've got Crimson Peak. That's a Guillermo del Toro movie that I thought was pretty good. The Croods. I love The Croods. And then The Croods 2, or New Age, which is also pretty good. I loved Cruella. It was another good live-action Disney movie. Emma Stone was great in that. I liked Daddy's Home and Daddy's Home 2. Those are funny comedies. I've seen this movie, but I don't remember it at all. Being in real life. I need to rewatch that one. Batman Begins. I put these in the Dark Knight spot, and then because it's the Dark Knight trilogy. Dark Knight Rises, I have in Steelbook, or Dark Knight, which is my favorite comic book movie of all time. And then The Dark Knight Rises. It comes with the cool front cover. That would be something I probably need to upgrade in 4K one day. Dark Water. I have no idea. Daybreakers. I used to always tell people that this was an underrated vampire movie, but I haven't watched it in so long, I don't know if it's good anymore. The Day the Earth Stood Still. Did not like that movie. Not sure why I own it. Deep Impact. I do like that movie. It's a cheesier Armageddon wannabe. Deepwater Horizon. I love that movie. Deja Vu. Not one of Denzel's best. Demolition Man. It's the 90s classic. What do they do with the 3 seashells? Despicable Me. And then Despicable Me 2. And Despicable Me 3. I love the Despicable Me movies. They're fun. I surprisingly like Detective Pikachu. I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but I love that movie. That was good. Devil. This was when M. Night was starting to make his comeback. I don't think he even directed that. I think he was a producer on it or did the story or something. I do have some of these Disney nature movies. Me and my daughter used to watch these when she was younger. Chimpanzee, Earth, Oceans. I like a good nature documentary every once in a while. District 9, classic, Blomkamp film. Disturbia, it's one of my first Blu-rays. I watched the director's commentary on that sucker, if I remember correctly. The Divergent series, still upset that this never got an actual finish. I don't know what happened with this, because I actually enjoyed the franchise, and I don't know, just kind of was ended. Dog's Purpose. I like these movies. A Dog's Journey. I'm not a big animal guy, but for some reason I like animal movies. Don't Breathe. This was good. I don't have the sequel. It wasn't as good. Dope. Oh, I just now noticed that Dope says rental on the bottom. I love Dope. Dr. Sleep. I also enjoy a lot. It was one of my favorite movies the year it came out. Don John. This is the 5-movie collection of Dragonheart. I freaking love Dragonheart. The OG, of course, is the best. Drumline. It's a good movie. Back in the day. Dread. It was a pretty cool remake. Duff. The Duff. Designated Ugly Fat Friend. Great movie. Funny. 4K Dune. Can't wait to rewatch this right before the new Dune comes out. My movie of the year. Eagle Eye. I actually really like this movie. I've been wanting to rewatch it. It has a horrible Rotten Tomatoes score. Easy A. One of my favorite Emma Stone movies. I love Edge of Darkness, too. It's a good Mel Gibson movie. Edge of 17. Great Haley Steinfeld, Woody Harrelson movie. Just rewatched that recently. Epic. Blue Sky Studios, who's no longer with us. This was one of their, I thought, really good movies that no one watched. Edge of Tomorrow is what I call the movie. Live, Die, Repeat. It's got 15 names. We should get a sequel to that. It was such a good movie. Elf. I enjoy it. I think it's very overrated. People that put this as their best Christmas movie ever, I don't know about you. I loved this Elvis movie from last year. It was so good. Elysium. I'm not sure why it's backwards. I bet I'm about to find out, though. No, it looks fine. You can go in there like that. Just a little mistake. Elysium's okay. It's a Blomkamp's okay kind of movie. Employee of the Month. I love that movie. Ender's Game. I didn't really like this movie. Just not sure why I own it. Enemy of the Gates. That's a good sniper movie. End of Watch. One of my favorite movies. It's a great found footage movie. Equalizer. I need Equalizer 2 and 3. I haven't seen 3. Escape Room. That was a good movie. Every Day. I have no idea what that is. So I'm just going to stick that back in there. I have no idea. Ex Machina. That's a good movie. It's a sci-fi movie. I have the original Expendables. I do need to get the rest, but I heard they're all not very good. And I didn't love the first one. So, honestly, that's why I haven't really been super into trying to get them. Face Off, great movie, classic. Never seen Snake Eyes. That's why I got that, because I was like, oh, it's one of the Nick Cage movies I've never seen. I have the OG Fantastic Four, which I don't think are as bad as people make them out to be. Rise of the Silver Surfer, I really like that one. Then I have all the Fast and Furious movies. This is something I've been thinking about, getting these upgraded to 4K. There's a good collection where you get the first 8 movies in 4K in a set. And then I would just have to upgrade 9 and Hobbs and Shaw. And then I would have every Fast and Furious movie in 4K. One thing that's always bugged me about these 4Ks is how Too Fast, Too Furious has the Roman numeral 2 instead of the number 2. Bugs the crap out of me. And then, of course, you know, their naming is ridiculous. But I like the Fast and Furious franchise for what it is. It's dumb fun. Of course, it peaked like in the Fast 5 days, but I still enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the spinoff, Hobbs and Shaw. Jet Li's Fearless. It's a good movie. Then I've got Ferdinand, which was, I think, Blue Sky's last movie, which I enjoyed. No, it was the Spy movie was their last movie. Then I just got Fifth Element in 4K, one of my favorite movies of all time. And Fight Club. Nice. All right, moving on down to row number 2 here. We've got Final Fantasy Advent Children. And man, I haven't seen that movie in so long. I don't remember. Final Fantasy Spirits Within. I was so excited for that movie. I hadn't seen that in forever either. Finest Hours. It's a pretty good little boat movie. First Man, I really enjoyed that movie. It was pretty good. Fist Fight, I really like Charlie Day. So, anything he's in, I'm usually a big proponent. The 5 Year Engagement, it's a good Jason Segel movie. Oh, this is one of my newer movies. I got it in 4K, The Flash. It's right now my movie of 2023. I don't get all the hate for it. Flight by Denzel Washington. It's a good one. Focus, Will Smith, Margot Robbie. Con Man movie. Ford v Ferrari. That was a pretty good one. The Foreigner. This was a good Jackie Chan movie. Kind of like a Taken style movie. The Forbidden Kingdom. Man, I don't really remember what that is. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. It's kind of cool. The sort of sequel to The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Or Knocked Up or something. I can't remember. Freaky. I like that movie. That was a movie I went and see with my daughter. It was pretty good. I like Vince Vaughn. Ryan Reynolds. I loved this movie. It was so funny. Creative. Friends with Benefits. Pretty good. Can't remember if I like this one better or No Strings Attached with the other two. John Travolta. Oh, From Paris with Love. Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Wow. I don't really remember that movie. This is another new pickup. I upgraded it from 3D to 4K. I enjoyed the first Frozen, and I enjoyed the second Frozen. They were good. Fugitive. This is a pretty recent pickup. It was a good movie. I had never seen it before until recently. Funny People. It's a pretty good movie. Fury. Awesome. Brad Pitt. Shia LaBeouf losing his mind. I love Galaxy Quest. It's a classic. Heard they're like, I don't know, making a new one. I bet it's not going to be good if you don't keep Tim Allen involved. Gamer. I think that's like gaming's become like real life Avatar type situation. Game Night. Love this movie. Super underrated. Anytime somebody says they haven't seen this movie, I'm like, oh, you gotta watch Game Night. It's so good. The Gentleman. Another really funny Guy Ritchie movie. Get Him to the Greek. This was kind of a sequel to Forgetting Sarah Marshall, if I remember correctly. Get Smart. Got Ghostbusters Afterlife. I really enjoyed Ghostbusters Afterlife. I thought it was really good. There's a steelbook for the Ghost in the Shell, the Americanized version. I thought that movie was pretty good. The Gift. I love this movie. Pretty good. Gifted. Another really good movie. And another movie with McKenna Grace. She was in Ghostbusters. G.I. Joe Retaliation. And G.I. Joe The Rise of the Cobra. You know, they've tried to do G.I. Joe movies so many times. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I really like this. I was sad that we didn't. I mean, we got kind of a sequel to it, but it wasn't really. It wasn't as good as that movie. Going the Distance. Nice little rom-com with Justin Long and Drew Barrymore. The Green Hornet. I remember really liking that movie. It's been a while, though. The Gray. I love this movie. I don't care what anybody says. It's a good Liam Neeson flick. Gone Baby Gone. Ooh, classic. Ben Affleck directed. Casey Affleck. It's a really good movie. This is Gone Girl. I'm not sure why it's... I guess it's backwards because this is like a kind of special edition version or something. But yeah, Gone Girl. I remember seeing that in theaters and being kind of blown away. It's a pretty good movie. Good Boys. It was okay. Not sure why I own that because I wasn't really a big fan. Good Luck Chuck. That's a pretty funny movie. Everybody that he sleeps with, they become married to the very next person that they date, which is pretty funny. I've always liked Dane Cook. I think he's a funny dude. Good Will Hunting. Within the last 5 years, I watched this. It was really good. And after I watched it, I was like, oh, I want to own that. Gran Torino. Great Clint Eastwood movie. What was some of these movies being backwards? Gravity. Saw this in 3D, in IMAX, and it was amazing. Took my sister's husband, who is not a big movie, but I remember him really liking it, and being like, oh, you know what? Maybe it is fun to go to the movies every once in a while. That's a good one. The Greatest Showman. It was an excellent movie. Saw that a couple times in theaters. Couldn't stop listening to the soundtrack. Green Book. Another excellent movie. Greenland. Oh, that was good. This is a couple years ago. I love me a good post-apocalyptic movie, and that one was like surprisingly really good. Hacksaw Ridge. Good Andrew Garfield war film. Hancock. I remember liking this, even though it's not the greatest. It's by my Will Smith is love. I've got The Hangover, of course. Hangover 2, which is pretty much the same movie. And The Hangover 3, which was not the same movie, but, I mean, everybody considered it to be the weakest of the three. Happy Death Day. Really enjoyed that movie. And then got Happy Death Day to You. I like those kind of movies where you're doing the same thing over and over again. Groundhog Day style movie. Hansel and Gretel. Don't really remember that movie. I think I liked it. That's why I have it. Hard Rain. This is an old kind of 90s movie, but that I really like. It's the Rainy Cage name. I like rain scenes in movies. And Nick Cage. Olympus Has Fallen. And then I have London Has Fallen. So I put these in the Has Fallen in alphabetical. And then Angel Has Fallen, which was actually really good too. I'm not a big fan of London, but the first one and the third one are good. And I heard they're working on another one. I like a good Gerard Butler action movie. Hateful Eight. Good Tarantino flick. We got The Heat. This was the movie I was talking about that is my favorite Paul Feig movie of all time. It's so funny. I love this movie. Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy have just great chemistry. It's a fun movie. Of course, I have Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy and Hellboy 2. Both really good movies. I haven't watched the new David Harbour Hellboy. Heard it wasn't very good, though. Hell or High Water. I remember my buddy, Darth Easy, he got me to go see this, and it was like one of my favorite movies of the year when it came out. A great, like, modern-day Western kind of movie. Hercules with The Rock. I don't remember that at all. It's probably garbage. Why do I have it? The Hitman's Bodyguard. I do not have the sequel. It was not anywhere as good as the first movie. I enjoyed the first movie. Sequel was meh. Home. I don't particularly remember liking that one. It's a newer DreamWorks movie. Horrible Bosses. I just recently rewatched these. I love them. They're super funny, both of them. I do have Horrible Bosses too. I love Jason Bateman. He is a funny dude. And of course Charlie Day's in there too. I have Hotel Transylvania, the first one, which I really did enjoy. And Sony animated movies are so hit and miss. Hotel Transylvania 2, and that's it on those. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them now. I can't even remember the last one. I think they're on like a cruise or something. I love these movies. How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon 2. And I gotta pull on the entire Hunger Games. In How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, which is How to Train Your Dragon 3. And now they're making a live-action How to Train Your Dragon, which will be interesting. And then I have the Hunger Games Quadology. Is that how you say that? I've got the original, Catching Fire, Mockingjay Part 2. Really liked Catching Fire. That's the best movie, which is funny because my favorite book is the third book. And I think those are the weakest movies. But 2 is the best movie, and that's my least favorite book. So kind of funny how that worked out. I did watch the new Hunger Games and read the prequel book, and it was good too. I don't think it was as good as the OG, obviously. The Hurt Locker. Hunter Killer, this is the movie I bought and I still have not watched. I don't know if it's any good or not. I Am Legend, I love this movie. I would totally like to see a sequel to that. I Am Number 4. This was one of those random young adult novels that got movies when we were getting like 50,000 of them, and I really enjoyed it. And no one went and saw it, so it didn't get a sequel or anything. I have several of the Ice Age movies. I've got Ice Age 1, Ice Age The Meltdown, Ice Age 3, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, 3D, and Ice Age Continental Drift. I think there's one more, maybe 2 more. Of course, Fox, or Blue Sky's no more, and Disney owns them, although they did say they were thinking about going to keep doing Ice Age movies, but at this rate, they're kind of lame. The Ides of March. It's a good political thriller kind of movie. The Illusionist. I love this movie. Not a lot of people have seen it. It's a good movie. I Love You, Man. It's another pretty funny movie. I've got the Indiana Jones Complete Adventures. So this has all 4 movies, if I remember correctly. It's like a cool little set. I love Indiana Jones. The 4th movie was meh, and the new movie was pretty meh. But the original 3 are pretty good. The Invisible. This is a good early 2000s movie. I enjoyed it. Invisible Man, the newer one. Glorious Bastards, another Quentin Tarantino movie. Pretty good one. Instant Family. This was kind of a surprise movie. I remember going and seeing this and really liking it. Good Mark Wahlberg. In the Heights, I really enjoyed. I still am waiting for them to do Hamilton. I think they should do that. In Time. It's a cheesy sci-fi movie with Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried, but I like it. I like cheesy sci-fi. Invincible. That's a pretty good movie. Pretty sports movie. iRobot. Oh my gosh, I love the stare on that. This is in 3D iRobot. I like this movie a lot. It's really good. Isn't It Romantic? This is a pretty funny movie with Rebel Wilson. It's a few years old. She hits her head and her kind of life becomes a musical. There was a show kind of about it too, which was pretty good. It. Really, me and my daughter really enjoyed those. I'm not a big horror guy, but I did really like it. And It Chapter 2. Another early 2000s action movie. Italian Job. I enjoyed that. Hi, Tanya. I love Margot Robbie, and this movie was so good. I love this movie. Jennifer's Body. Megan Fox. What else do I need to say? It's not the best movie in the world, but Megan Fox, dang. John Carter. I've really enjoyed John Carter, and I've recently rewatched this, and I think it's a good movie. It's one of them underrated Disney bombs. John Q. This used to be my favorite Denzel movie. Might still be my favorite. I do really like John Q. It's kind of one that people don't, people always are like, Man on Fire, or all those other movies, but I really like that one. I do have John Wick 1, and then John Wick Chapter 2, and then I have John Wick Chapter 3 in 4K, and then I have John Wick Chapter 4 in 4K. So I need to upgrade those other 2 to 4K. This one is a pretty new one. So it came out this year. I love John Wick. 4th was insane. Might have been the best one yet. Number 4, honestly. Jojo Rabbit. This is a crazy Taika Waititi movie, but Not too crazy, because I did go see Next Goal Wins, and that movie was awful. So you got to take your Taika Waititi to a certain level. Sorry, I keep coughing and stuff. Joker, one of the best movies ever made. Can't wait for Joker 2. Coming out next year. Joy. I'm a Jennifer Lawrence simp, so I really enjoyed this movie. I know not a lot of people did, but I thought it was really good. The classic Judge Dredd. This is pretty cheesy. I put this on the same level as like Demolition Man. Like, it's really cheesy 90s sci-fi, but I still enjoy it. 4K copy of the original Jumanji, a classic. And then I have the new Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, which was surprisingly fantastic. And then the sequel, The Next Level, which was also really good. And I think we need another one. I think we need a trilogy of the new Jumanjis. Jumper. Yeah, I don't really like this movie. I don't know why I have it. It must have been a cheap get. Jupiter Ascending. This is one of the worst sci-fi movies ever made, but I, for some reason, still love it. I don't know why. I just do. I really like it. I have the Jurassic Park trilogy. Love Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park, the first movie, is like a perfect movie in my opinion, and is like number 2 or 3 best movies ever made. I love Lost World. Jurassic Park 3 is meh. And then I really enjoyed Jurassic World. And then I really loved Jurassic World Dominion. I was one of the, or Fallen Kingdom. I was one of those people. I thought, oh, we're going Planet of the Apes style. And then I don't have the newest one because it did not go Planet of the Apes style. It was stupid. And I was like, ugh. So now I'm ready for them to wait a while and reboot it off because I'm kind of over Jurassic Park. Justice League, the OG Justice League, not very good. And then I have Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut in 4K, which is really good. I did love that version of the film. One of the better DC movies. I have The Karate Kid with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan. I enjoyed that version of the movie. I have Keanu, which is a funny movie. I have Kick-Ass. Love Kick-Ass. It's one of my favorite movies. And then Kick-Ass 2 is, you know, it's okay. It's not as good as the first one. I just recently upgraded my DVDs, copies of Kill Bill, to Blu-ray. This is my favorite Tarantino movie, Kill Bill. Volume 1 and 2, I consider them all one movie, but I love Kill Bill. It's my favorite Tarantino flicks. King Arthur, I recently rewatched this because I get on a King Arthur kick, and it's cheesy, but I like it. And then, speaking of King Arthur, here's another King Arthur movie that from Guy Ritchie. I remember it wasn't too bad. Kingdom of Heaven, the director's cut. Nice, a good Ridley Scott film. One that wasn't very good in theaters, but the director's cut makes it a lot better. Then, of course, I have the Three Kingsmen movie. This movie is amazing. Sequel, didn't really like it. And then I kind of enjoyed the prequel, The Kingsman. Wait, that's The Kingsman Golden Circle. So maybe I did that backwards because this is... No, that's the original. Golden Circle is the crap one. What is this one? Oh, this is The Kingsman. Yeah, I did do it backwards. Kingsman's the prequel. So, good, crappy, okay. The late, great Heath Ledger. I love this movie. Knight's Tale. If people have not seen this movie, you really need to go watch A Knight's Tale. It is one of the weirdest movies, but it's so fun, and it's like just classic Heath Ledger. Man, just think of the things we could have got from him if he was still alive. Knives Out. I haven't even opened that movie. It's weird. I don't know why. I loved this movie. It was really good, and its sequel was good too. That sequel is a Netflix movie, though. I don't know if it has a Blu-ray release. Freaking Netflix. Kubo and the Two Strings. I really did enjoy that one. I'm not a big Leica guy, but I did enjoy that one. Kung Fu Panda. I love the Kung Fu Panda movies. I have all 3 of them, and I know the 4th one's getting ready to come out, and it looks cool too. 2's the best, in my opinion. I'm not sure what's going on here. I get stuck on something. Lady Bird. I really like Saoirse Ronan, and that movie was really good. La La Land was a great musical movie with Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. Last Christmas was a surprisingly good rom-com with Neil Clark and Henry Golden. I really liked Ridley Scott's The Last Duel. So much so I got it in 4K. It's a good movie. I just recently rewatched this. I love The Last Samurai, although I don't know if it holds up as much as I used to think this was like a masterpiece. And then now when I'm watching it, I'm like, eh. Also, I don't know how good this Blu-ray copy of the film is. I don't know. It was okay. Another movie I bought, and I like Schwarzenegger. I've never seen this. This is one after he was governor. So I don't know. Law Abiding Citizen. I don't really remember this movie, but I do like Gerard Butler, and Jamie Foxx, so probably why I picked it up. Legend of the Fist. Donnie Yen. I'm a Donnie Yen sucker. I actually really liked this Tarzan movie. Margot Robbie's in there. That was pretty good. I liked the first Lego movie. I thought it was a little overrated, but it was pretty good. Then every movie after that got gradually worse. I do have a steelbook version of Lego Batman just because it's Batman, but I didn't love it. And then I don't think I ever watched Lego Movie 2 because Ninjago was bad, and I feel like there was another one in there that I was like, eh. Leon the Professional. This is a great movie. Young Natalie Portman. Love that movie. Good Gary Oldman villain in that film, too. The Lincoln Lawyer. This is another... Matthew McConaughey just has so many good movies, and that's one of them. Their original Little Mermaid in 4K. Yeah, I like Little Mermaid. It's a good classic Disney. Not my favorite. Logan Lucky. I love this movie. No peeking. Daniel Craig is great. Everybody's so good at that movie. This is kind of my, I can't think of it with the, I don't know, but I love that movie. It's so good. Lone Survivor. Looper, this is one movie I didn't really like at first, and I went back and watched it a second time, and I was like, okay, it's okay. Like, I don't love it, but I get why people really like it. It's a good movie. Gordon-Levitt does a good Bruce Willis impression. The Lorax, I love The Lorax. It's a good animated musical. Let It Wither Up and Die. Lord of War, another good Nick Cage movie. It's one of his more shortest movies. Losers, I don't remember this movie hardly at all. This was one I was thinking about rewatching because I was like, I do remember liking it, but I don't remember the plot or anything. This is a more recent movie. Got a 4K pickup of The Lost City, which I really thought was funny. Brad Pitt's cameo in that movie is hilarious. Love, Simon. I don't think I've seen this. Isn't this about, like, this kid's gay or something? This must have been a for my daughter kind of movie. Madagascar, not my favorite DreamWorks, but it's okay. I didn't realize I had that either. Maleficent, it's okay. I need the sequel to this because I heard they're making a third one, which the sequel's not very good. They're okay. Magnificent Seven, this is another remake. I thought it was good. I love Mamma Mia. I don't know which one I like more. I love them both. I like the sequel. I have them both here in 4K. I know it's a weird movie for me to enjoy, but I love them both so much. They're just a ton of fun. Here we go again. I forget what's her name in this movie. Lily James. Oh, so good. So good. Mamma Mia. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. This was a really cool, like, spy movie that I enjoyed. Man of Steel, probably still my favorite DCU film. And the DCU is over now, but I'm interested to see what James Gunn does with the new DC, but I really liked Man of Steel. I thought it was kind of blew me away at the time, especially because I'm not the biggest Superman guy. The Martian, I loved this movie. Went saw in theaters a ton. My daughter loved this movie. It was so good. Probably one of Ridley Scott's best. I mean, I do love me some Gladiator. Marley and Me. This movie tore me up. Then I showed it to my daughter. It tore her up. She was so mad at me when we watched this movie together. It's so good though, but it is very sad. I have all 3 Matrix movies. I don't hate the new Matrix, but I love these 3 movies, and I love the Animatrix. So this is a cool set. I don't know if I'll ever get the new one. I just hated it so much. So bad. I enjoyed the Maze Runner movies. So I have the 1, and then Scorched Earth, or Scorched Trials, and then the Death Cure. And Wes Ball is moving on to the Planet of the Apes, which is cool. And I've got the Meg. I really did enjoy the Meg. The second one was pretty dumb. Probably get it one day. Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life. This is another surprise movie that I went in to see with my daughter and ended up really liking. It has a cool twist. Then I have the Mission Impossible movies. So we got 1, which I hate. 2, which is cheesy, but, you know, it's a John Woo movie. 3, to me, is when they start getting good. 3 is really good. Ghost Protocol. Oh, gosh. I have in Steelbook, which is cool. Really, really good. I really loved Rogue Nation. My favorite is still probably Fallout. I need to get Dead. Is it Dead something part 1? I don't know. It was good, but it wasn't as good as Fallout. Molly's Game. I loved this movie. Great movie. Jessica Chastain, based on a true story. This is a pretty recent pickup. I like Moneyball. Money Monster. This is probably a movie most people don't have. It's a pretty good little thriller movie. Moonfall. I'm a sucker for Roland Emmerich. I kind of enjoyed this movie. It was dumb, but I liked it. Mud. Another really good Matthew McConaughey. And this is my favorite classic Disney animated movie, Mulan. And then it comes with Mulan 2, which I've never watched. I don't want to ruin the greatness that is the original. Maybe one day I'll get... I recently watched National... This was some in my Nick Cage... I was missing these movies, but I did watch them and really enjoy them. This is National Treasure and National Treasure 2. I did really enjoy them, and I could totally go for a 3rd movie to make that a trilogy. But that is the 2nd row. And we're going to go down to row number 2, and then as you can see, row number 3 is just a little chunk. So we're getting there. We're almost done. I've got Neighbors tucked away back here, and Neighbors 2. Both of those movies. Those are pretty funny. Nerve. Don't really remember that one. I think that was one of my daughter's favorites. Nice Guys, I thought was pretty good. Not the best, but pretty good. The Night Before, good little Christmas movie with Seth Rogen. Night at the Museum, I love all the Night at the Museum movies. And I have them all. Night at the Museum. And the last one. Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. And I think 3 is fine. We don't need any more. I've got Nightcrawler, a great Jake Gyllenhaal movie where he got snubbed. Nobody. This was like another cool Taken kind of movie. No Escape. I really like this movie. Owen Wilson trying to be a action star. No Strings Attached. It's a movie that came around. I done forgot what the other one was called with Justin Timberlake and Ashton Kutcher's girl. I think I like this one better only because it has Natalie Portman, and I'm a Natalie Portman simp. Nonstop. Another good Liam Neeson movie. Now You See Me. I don't have the sequel because I really liked the first one, and then I was super disappointed by the sequel, so I just never got it. Oblivion. That's not a very good Tom Cruise movie. All right. We got Office Space Special Edition. Classic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Another Tarantino film. Origin Spirits of the Past. anime film, all I remember is Tuna! One of the characters' names. The other guys, it's okay. Not my favorite Will Ferrell movie, but that was okay. I do like these two Ouija movies. They were kind of like horror movies I wasn't really looking forward to, and I kind of liked them. Out of Time, another Denzel classic. Here's my copy of Outlaw Star, one of my favorite animes of all time. I have it on Blu-ray and DVD. Overlord, cool little monster World War movie. Pacific Rim, the first one. I really did enjoy the first one. The second one's okay. That was kind of... That's the end of Pacific Rim. I don't know what this is. Pandorum? I have no idea what that one is. Parasite. This is a cool little Korean film that won a bunch of awards, and I remember going in theaters and seeing it and really liking it. It's good family dynamics. Patriot. I love this movie. A lot of people crap on this movie, probably because it's not like historically accurate, but I liked it. Got the extended cut. Patriots Day. Really good, about the Boston bombings. Marky Mark. I've got the 3 Paranormal Activity movie bundle here. I like the Paranormal Activities, or I did. They've since ruined the franchise, but I like them originally. Passengers is another movie that everybody hates on that I really like, because I like cheesy sci-fi. It's Titanic in Space with Chris Pratt and freaking Jennifer Lawrence. People Like Us, I think? Yeah. It's kind of like a... I don't even remember. Like a romantic movie, maybe. I have all the Pirates movies. Oh, sorry, I'm skipping ahead. Pete's Dragon. Another live-action movie that I really enjoyed because I don't really know anything about the OG material. Now, I've got Pirates 1, Pirates 2, Pirates 3, Pirates 4, and Pirates 5. I liked them all. They're all really good in their own way. Of course, like the first one is kind of the best. But, yeah, I like the Pirates movies. I wasn't getting sick of the franchise. I think they should bring it back. But it's going to be hard to not do it with Johnny Depp. Pitch Perfect. I loved this movie. I loved 2. Thought it was equally as good. 3 was, 3's pretty meh. But I liked Pitch Perfect. They were funny. Here's the new Planet of the Apes trilogy. Rise is fantastic. Dawn is one of the best movies ever made. And then War was pretty good, but nowhere near as good as Dawn. And I have been looking at upgrading those to 4K to get ready for the new trilogy. So that will be something I'll be upgrading soon. What do we got next? The Prestige. Pretty good movie. Old school Christopher Nolan movie. Prince of Persia. I remember this movie's pretty dumb. Project Almanac. Like a Cloverfield kind of movie. Prometheus. I liked Prometheus. I need to get the kind of sequel to this movie. It's like Alien something. I like the Alien movies. Punisher. Okay take on Punisher. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. I have all the Shrek movies, which we'll get to in a minute. I don't have the last Puss in Boots, and I think there's only been one other Puss in Boots, but this movie was fantastic. One of the best DreamWorks movies in a while. That's the newest one. Queen of Katwe, I really enjoyed. The Raid is fantastic if you want to see some amazing fight scenes. Raid 2 is really good too. Rampage, I thought was dumb but fun. Raya and the Last Dragon was okay. I was really hyped for this movie, and I got it in 4K, but it wasn't as good as I was hoping. Remember the Titans, to me, a classic. I mean, I don't know. Is that weird to say? I really liked it. Ready or Not, backwards. Guess I can pull it out. This was a cool little final girl kind of movie. I liked it. Ready Player One. I really liked Ready Player One. I heard there's a sequel to this, and maybe they'll do a movie. I don't know. To the book. The Recruit. pretty good. Colin Farrell movie. Real Steel. I remember I had no interest in going to see this, and I really enjoyed it. Robot boxing. Repo Man. Talk about your weird movies. This is a weird movie. I don't even really know how to explain it. It's weird. I have this. I think I got this last year. This includes the 6 Resident Evil films. I haven't even seen all 6. I've seen the first 3 for sure. I feel like maybe I saw the 4th one. I don't know. One day I got it because I was like, oh, I want to rewatch all these. I know they're not very good, but I did like the earlier ones. Revenant is a masterpiece, I think. Rio is really good. Rio 2 is really good. This was another one that Disney said they might make another one, even though they shut down Blue Sky. They're okay. Not my favorite Blue Sky movies. Rise of the Guardian, I picked this up at like a flea market or something. It's not my favorite DreamWorks movie, but I hadn't seen it in so long, I thought I'd pick it up. Just recently rewatched this. It's pretty much as bad as I remembered. Don't know why I own it, honestly. It's pretty meh. I like a Robin Hood story, but The Rock. I love The Rock. It's a classic Sean Connery and Nick Cage movie. There's some great scenes in The Rock. I'm still thinking about The Rock, even though I've moved on to Rocket Man, which was pretty good. Role Models is pretty funny. Ron's Gone Wrong. Ron's Gone Wrong. Say that 10 times fast. It was a pretty good little animated movie. The Rookie. I don't really remember it. Oh, I love Ruby Sparks. This is another movie that no one has hardly seen, and it's so good. Basically, what he writes comes to life, so he kind of writes himself a girlfriend, and then it's kind of be about relationships and being controlling and all these different things, but Zoe Kazan. Oh, so good in that movie. Runner. It's a pretty bad movie. Not sure why I own it. Safe House. That was pretty good. San Andreas. It's a cool little disaster movie. This is Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3 on Blu-ray. I think they're all really good. The first one is a classic. One of my favorite Christmas movies. Savages. This is a weird movie. It's just a weird movie. It does have Blake Lively in it, though, which, whew, she's hot. Saving Private Ryan and a war classic. I mean, come on, everybody's seen Saving Private Ryan. Searching, which I need to get the new one, like Finding or Missing, yeah. I really like this movie. Missing was okay, but that one was great. Secret World of Arrietty. Nice Studio Ghibli film I enjoyed. Selfless. I don't really remember liking that. Serenity, the movie sequel to Firefly that nobody went and saw. And so it kind of ended the franchise, but I love it. 7 Pounds. Great Will Smith movie. Shallows. Another Blake Lively movie. Shape of Water. I really like that movie. It's weird, but Del Toro, I don't know, he speaks to me sometimes. The first Shazam, it's pretty good. I rewatched it to get ready for the new one. I was like, you know, I kind of like it. Like, better than the first time. She's Out of My League is great. I love that movie. I think it speaks to me on a nerd level. The Shining, I recently, probably in the last 5 years, finally sat down and watched The Shining. I really enjoyed it. Love Dr. Sleep, the sequel. Shoot 'em Up. I don't remember what that is. Here's my Shrek franchise. Got all 4 Shreks. Love Shrek. All 4 of these movies are really good. 4 is, like, surprisingly good. Love Shrek. Bring Shrek Back. Sicario. Really dark, but good movie. Silver Linings Playbook. Love this movie. Love a lot of these movies, but Simple Favor I thought was really cool. It's a little long, got a little too many twists, but it was all right. Some more surprising. Illumination for me is very hit and miss like Sony on the animation, but I love the Sing movies. Sing 1 and Sing 2 are fantastic. And they're musicals, which probably helps, but Really like those. Sisters, funny comedy, Tina Fey comedy. The Sitter, this is a ridiculous Jonah Hill comedy, but pretty funny. Another cheesy rock action movie. He's trying to be like, you know, Die Hard, but it's fun, but not ever as good as Die Hard. Sleepy Hollow, it's his old movie. It's not really my favorite. Snowden, I did really like this movie. Very interesting. Make you cover your mic on your computer. Snowpiercer was really good. Snow White and the Huntsman. I don't know. And then there's the sequel to this, The Huntsman. They're not very good, though, so it's probably why I don't have it. Social Network, great movie. Surprisingly great movies. They're not great, but surprisingly good. Could have been complete garbage. I find them funny. I think Jim Carrey is so over the top in these, but Sonic 1 and 2 are really good. And after I was done with this one, I was like, you know what? I'm looking forward to a third one. They're dumb, but they're fun. Sorcerer's Apprentice. Still to this day, remember going and seeing this in Inception and loving this way more than Inception. It's Nick Cage. It's funny. I like it. Source Code. It's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. Southpaw. Another cool Jake Gyllenhaal boxing movie. The original Speed. I need to get Speed 2. Good stuff. Then I have the original trilogy of Spider-Man and this cool little Blu-ray book. I love all those movies. Then I have Into the Spider-Verse. Of course, I have the MCU movies with my MCU movies. And then I don't have the new Across the Spider-Verse yet, but it was also really good. Good cliffhanger. Spies in Disguise. This was the last Blue Sky movie, animated movie. And I thought it was pretty good. Split. Good M. Night movie. Did not like the sequel. Glass, I guess is what it was. Spy. Really funny. Paul Feig movie. Spy Who Dumped Me. Less funny spy movie. The J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie. Amazing. I really liked Into the Darkness. A lot of people poo-poo on it, but I liked it. And then I really liked Beyond, too. I like the new Star Trek movies. I wish they would do some more. It's been a while. Steve Jobs. I still don't think they've gotten a good Steve Jobs movie quite right yet, but this was an okay movie. Stir of Echoes. I'm not sure what that is. It's a Kevin Bacon movie. Storks. I really liked that. That was a Warner Brothers animated movie. The Strangers is kind of people's horror classic. It's okay. Stronger. Really good. I think that's about the Boston bombing, too. Stuber, I thought was really funny. It's a weird mix. Kumail Nanjiani and Dave Bautista. But it was funny. I liked Suicide Squad. I thought it was okay. I loved the Suicide Squad. Got it in 4K. So funny. Good stuff. I think that's what won James Gunn the DC. Sully is a good movie. Good Tom Hanks, Clint Eastwood movie. Surf's Up. This is one of the first Sony animated movies. Shia LaBeouf. It's pretty good. Super 8. I really like that. Early J.J. Abrams. This is a new pickup. 4K of Super Mario Brothers. I thought it was okay. Classic Illumination. Like, not great, but okay. Sing, to me, are their best movies. And Despicable Me. Surrogates. Surrogates is a fun, like, another cheesy sci-fi movie that I like that everybody else hates. Sword of the Stranger is, I always tell people, this is one of my favorite anime movies. Really cool samurai movie. Tangled in 3D. It's a good Disney animated movie. Then I have the 3 Takens. Taken 1, really good. Taken 2, pretty stupid. Taken 3, even stupider. Those should be the titles. Taking Lives. This is a Angelina Jolie movie. Got Talladega Nights. Pretty funny Will Ferrell movie. I almost said Will Smith. I liked these Michael Bay produced Ninja Turtles. I didn't get the sequel, but there's the original one. I did like the new animated Ninja Turtles that came out this year. I need to get it. Tears of the Sun. This is kind of a fake war, but a good, like, Bruce Willis war movie. Teen Titans Go to the movies. I loved Teen Titans on the Cartoon Network. I didn't really like Teen Titans Go, but I remember going to see this movie and kind of enjoying it. It was really funny. Ted. I need to get Ted 2. They're okay. Not my favorite. Terminator Salvation. Where is T2 now that I'm thinking about it? Maybe I had it down there in the DVDs. I need to get the Terminator movies upgraded. This is 40. Pretty good movie. This Means War. I recently rewatched that, and it was meh. Three Musketeers. I was gonna watch this. I like me a good Three Musketeers movie, but I remember that's not a very good one. Then I just recently upgraded to the 3D version of Titanic, and now the 4K version just came out. It's a classic, one of James Cameron's best. I heard they're doing a sequel to this. I enjoyed it. It could have been so much better. I love Tomb Raider, but they're okay. Tomorrowland. Talk about a disappointing movie. I was so excited for that movie. Such a dumb end. Top Gun, the original, and then my favorite movie of last year, Top Gun Maverick. The remake of Total Recall. I don't know if I have the original. I like the original. I like the remake. They're not like classics or anything to me, but I like them. The Town. I like that movie. Tower Heist. This is where I started to get like Eddie Murphy's hardly in anything anymore, so while that's not the Gressies movie, it's like, well, I want to see Eddie Murphy. Training Day, really good Denzel movie. Trainwreck, I really like this one. You know, like, that's another rental, too. She's okay. She's kind of hit or miss for me. Okay, so then I've got Transformers movies. I've got the first one, which I enjoyed. Second one, which I enjoyed. Third one I really enjoyed, Dark of the Moon. Then we start to get into the crappy ones. Age of Extinction. And The Last Night, which was awful. And then, of course, Bumblebee we already saw. It's my favorite Transformers movie. And then the new one this year was okay. I'll get it. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't nowhere near as good as Bumblebee. Another classic Disney movie that I really like, Treasure Planet. Kevin Bacon classic. I got Tremors and Steelbook. I love the original Tremors. It's a good one. Trolls I didn't like very much. Now there's like 13 of them. I don't know why I have it. Tron, I really like Tron Legacy. I wish they would have done more with that. Trouble at the Curve. I love Troy. It's really good. True Grit, the remake. Really liked it. The young Haley Steinfeld in there. She was good, though. Unbearable Weight. And of course I got this. I mean, come on. Can you even call yourself a Nick Cage fan without getting a Nick Cage movie about Nick Cage? Nick Cage as Nick Cage? Come on. Really funny movie. Enjoyed it. It could have been better, but I did enjoy it. Uncharted, I thought was going to be the dumbest movie, and I still am mad of some of the things they did in this movie, but I love the game so much, and it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, so I picked it up. Uncut Gems, a fantastic, serious Adam Sandler movie. Unhinged, a really good Russell Crowe movie. Unstoppable. Got The Upside, kind of a feel-good movie. Us, creepy movie. Good, though. U.S. Marshals. Took me forever to find that movie. I like U.S. Marshals. It's the sort of sequel to The Fugitive. Usual Suspects. I bought this. It's got this weird cover thing on the top of it. I've never seen this movie, but this was one I always wanted to watch. So one day I will watch it. Valerian and the City of the Thousand Planets. It's another super cheesy movie that I like for some reason. Valkyrie, great Tom Cruise movie. Then I have the first Venom. I need to get the second one. They're meh, but they're okay. Vexil, another anime movie. V for Vendetta, I love V for Vendetta. It's great. Violent Night, I thought was hilarious. It's a recent pickup. It was going to be a Christmas classic for me down the road. Wanted. I love this movie. Warcraft, I thought, was, like, better than most people said. Like, I like Warcraft, so I thought it was pretty good. War Dogs, another rental. Yeah, I liked War Dogs. Pretty good. Talking about a cheesy, like, zombie rom-com that was actually kind of good. Warm Bodies. Did get the Arrow collection version of Waterworld because I love it so much. I don't care what anybody says. This movie's fantastic. And then The Way Back. I always... I was thinking The Way Back. This is the Ben Affleck basketball movie. It's pretty good, where he basically plays himself. And then The Way Back is the one where this kid right here reminds me of my brother. So, it's also a really good movie, but it's funny. We always call him the Way Back kid. Pop and lock. All right, last little chunk here, and then we are done. I know this is going to be like a 2-hour video. Wedding Crashers. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love Wedding Crashers? That's a funny movie. We're the Millers, also another really funny movie. I like a good comedy every once in a while. What If? Great rom-com with Zoe Kazan and Daniel Radcliffe. Love, love, love this movie. When Harry Met Sally, this is a classic rom-com, one of my all-time favorites. I'll have what she's having. Whiplash. I got this in a cool 4K steelbook. Great Miles Teller movie. J.K. Simmons. Then I've got White House Down, which was a goofy action movie that I kind of enjoyed. Wind River, very good movie. Winter's Bone, this is what won Jennifer Lawrence. I think this won her an Oscar. I know it says winner Best Picture. This is what put her on the map, really. But besides, like, she was in X-Men or Hunger Games or something around this time, but this was the one where people was like, ooh, she's good. Wolf of Wall Street, great Martin Scorsese movie. The first Wonder Woman, I really enjoyed. I did not like Wonder Woman 1984, but wanted all the DCEU films. World War Z, I enjoyed it. It's not the greatest thing ever, but it's pretty good. Wrath of Man, it's a cool Jason Statham movie. And then I have Wreck-It Ralph. Great movie. Wreck-It Ralph 2 was okay. Ralph Breaks the Internet. Then I have, this was what I was talking about. I have the 4K third XXX movie. So I don't have the second one at all, which Vin Diesel's not even in that one. So I need to get the first and second one on 4K to have the full XXX collection. I know. It's a must-have for everybody's Blu-ray. Then I have the 3 original X-Men movies bundled here. X-Men, X2, and X-Men The Last Stand. I enjoyed those. And then First Class came out, really good. And then I, like most people, love Days of Future Past. It's probably my favorite. And then I didn't hate Apocalypse. It's not the best. It's okay. Same with Dark Phoenix. I didn't hate it. It's okay. I had my Wolverine movies up there. I don't have X-Men Origins. That's the only X-Men I don't have is X-Men Origins Wolverine because it's so bad. I just don't want it in the collection. One day I'll probably get it just so I can have the complete, but this movie's awful. Sure why I have it. Yes Man. I always call this the unofficial sequel to Liar Liar because he has to say yes to everything. It's basically like the Liar Liar Can't Lie. Not as good as Liar Liar, but okay. Yesterday, another Beatles musical. It was okay. Since we just can't get the Beatles, it's the Steve Jobs movies and the Beatles movies we just can't get right, I feel like. I feel like there's potential for greatness and we just never quite get there. Your Highness, I just remember, if I remember correctly, Natalie Portman gets naked in this movie, so that's probably why I own that. Your Name. Great. One of the best anime movies. I know they're trying to do like a live action version of this. Well, no way it'll be as good as this. The animation's fantastic. One of my favorite anime movies ever made. Zombieland. I mean, come on. It's Zombieland. I love Zombieland. And then Zombieland Double Tap I really enjoyed too. I thought it was going to be dumb and it ended up being a really cool sequel. I hope they do a third one. And then finally, Zootopia. Disney animated classic. Good movie. And that's it, folks. I think I got everything. I'm not going to say 100%. I couldn't have missed something. I did rearrange up here after. I had to bring them all down. But, yeah, huge collection. This thing's already going to be like freaking 2 hours long, so I'm not going to mumble on here at the end. I've already gotten like 3 movies I picked up at a pawn shop the other day. And then, of course, Christmas is in a couple days, so I'll have even more. I am constantly adding and upgrading and exchanging and just keeping the movie collection going. You know, one day I'll hit 2,000 movies, I'm sure. Hopefully physical media is here for a little bit longer because I just love collecting. I love being able to come over here, pop in some of my favorite movies. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that because it took a lot of time. And this may not be a yearly thing. I may wait. I don't know. Maybe. It probably didn't take as long as I feel like. So maybe I'll do it next year too after when I do all my games. So until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.